And just like that, we are live once again on this Good Friday.
Saturday. Saturday, yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Ooh, I ain't got no thumbnails. I got the dates mixed up. I'm just all fucked up. I'm sorry.
Goodness, baby. Mike Myers and Jason Voorhees was on your ass last night. They might have been in your
They,
guts last night.
you know what? Don't start. Don't start.
I'm saying, baby, you know they good.
Maybe.
You know they know for rearranging guts, baby,
Maybe.
and in the worst way,
In the
not
worst
in
way.
the most.
In the worst and the best way. Okay.
I'm sorry,
Maybe.
derailing
I had a
already.
night last
Welcome to
night,
Key.
so
Okay, listen, it was Halloween. Shout out to everybody who is celebrating. We're coming off an incredible, extraordinary, super lit
yes,
Halloween night
yes, yes,
Friday.
yes.
Key and Carrie, I'm
Mhm.
Troy.
I'm Damon.
We are back at it. Of course, obviously, with another live review for you guys. Chasing
Mhm.
Orlando.
Mhm.
Ooh, okay. Chasing Orlando, season 2, episode 4, The City Princess. I
Yes.
um I think I'm gonna take up another language just so that when I do the title, I could just say the title in a certain language and then everything else is in English. So I
What
told
language are you gonna start with?
German. So I
Oh,
could just yell
okay.
random stuff out, and I kind of want to see how people react to that in public. Like,
Jesus. I don't think you can do that in this climate.
you know what?
In this under this
You know
administration, I
what?
don't know if that's
But listen,
appropriate.
I know Lib and I know Misha. I know Mimi.
Okay,
So,
okay.
anywho, that's deep cut, deep cut. But anyway,
Yeah. Um,
shout out to the people who are going to join us on this
yeah.
cold ass motherfucking Saturday. Shout out to the
Mhm.
people who are going to watch this on the playback.
Yes,
Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are still on our journey to 1,000 followers. So,
yes,
thank you
yes.
guys so
Slowly but
much who
surely.
join us every week on this very chaotic, inconsistent, absentee can't carry schedule that
Mess
we
of a
have.
show. Yes. Yeah.
Very much
We're
that.
getting it together though. We getting it together. You
Very
got to be
much
ugly
that,
before you be
baby.
pretty. Okay.
Listen, that part. That part. Beyonce said
Yeah.
pretty hurts, and then TLC
Hmm.
said I'm pretty. So,
Yes. Yes.
anywho,
Um.
chasing
So yeah,
motherfucker Orlando, baby. The City
episode
Princess,
4.
episode 4.
Hmm.
Before we get into like the actual review, kind of a little bit of thoughts, my little opinion on the show, this episode. I told Damon off camera, I'm kind of just living for this season so far. Um, I was kind of weary about the characters, like the personalities, episode 1, but as the season kind of progresses, I'm learning who are like my favorites and like who I dislike. I will say that a lot of this cast, these personalities are playing like their roles, so I feel like everybody is kind of necessary or vital to the season so far.
Hmm.
There could be more chasing, but just in terms of this episode, this season, I just want to applaud the cast for just coming on and just being so transparent and vulnerable and just sharing their stories, talking about like where they come from and stories about like health and relationships. So it's always a pleasure for me to see person. I feel like this is like me beating a dead horse because I always say this, but I do want to acknowledge like the personalities who come on and realize like the the realize their purpose, I guess, on these shows. So like to come on and disclose like such sensitive information in a world that's like so judgmental, like I stand 10 toes down behind like these characters because like they're relatable. They make these shows like kind of more human instead of like just chaos and drama. So I'm living for Chasing
Right.
Orlando so far. A lot of the cast members have this um mentality where, like I said, they realize like the platform that they're on, they want to brand themselves, but they want to brand themselves being like conscious and being aware and kind of spreading like what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to spread awareness just about, like I said, health and mental health and sexual health. And I feel like, again, that's what these platforms are for to spread awareness and to just build community. So, again, to the
Right.
personalities, Slim, Pablo, Michael, is it Michael? Mark. I'm sorry,
Mike.
Mark.
Mark.
Goodness, I'm thinking about Mike Myers. Now his eyebrows is a fright.
You thinking about
Mark,
some? The
Yeah, I'm
rearrangement of
thinking about
guts.
them
That's
brows,
what you're
baby.
doing.
You watch it, baby girl. You watch it. Anywho, the cast members who are aware on these platforms and kind of realize their purpose and like trying to spread like brotherhood, sisterhood, and community. I applaud you guys because I kind of feel like that's what these platforms are about. I feel like this what this season is about so far. There has been drama. Shout out to the editing because this episode and the previous episode, the drama was kind of to a minimum, like and surprising because I feel like chasing and a lot of these other web series they lead heavily on the drama and the
Mhm.
negativity. Previous episode and this episode has just been, at least in my opinion, has just been heavily focused on just like support and networking and just building bonds. So shout out to the production team, or shout out to the chasing production team, the editing team, whoever chose the casting for the season. Y'all are doing our big one because I'm so far I'm enjoying the season. I feel like, and I said this in my previous review. We always say this. I kind of feel like a lot of people are wired to just they watch these shows looking for drama and arguments and chaos, and then when they don't get it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. And it's like, well, does your everyday life is it just surrounded by like chaos? Do you like only thrive on just like negative shit? Anywho, I love shows where it's just positivity and you know
I get
they
that. I
build
think
bonds.
for me, it's more
So
so the
I'm gonna
fact
be
that,
chasing.
like,
I'm gonna be
mhm,
chasing.
period.
I'm done.
I get okay. I get what you're saying. I mean, I do feel like just because something isn't drama, like just because you present something that's not drama doesn't mean that it's going to be entertaining. I feel like that's why a
Right.
lot of people do go the drama route because it's like drama is easily, it's entertaining, but like it's harder to like create a scene or create a season, tell stories where it's not drama, but it's still interesting. I think they can do it. I just feel like it's harder because, people are so used to the drama and it's just easier to keep people's attention with drama. But um yeah, I mean I kind of agree with you. I'm not loving the season. I don't really care for the cast like that, no shade. I am ready for Chasing LA and maybe Chasing Atlanta. No shade to Orlando. I don't really remember loving Orlando last season either. But I mean, I'm here and I'm willing to, watch and enjoy what I get from it. But yeah, I think this episode was okay. I do feel like there was some interesting scenes that can create some interesting conversations. I do feel like the show is a little all over the place though. I know I saw that in the comments. Some people were saying that. I do like the content. I just wish it was rearranged in a sense of like I don't know, like it's more of a story, I guess, instead of just like random scenes kind of being cut together. Um, because it's like, what does it mean for like Marlo to get her name changed? Like, how does that play out throughout the rest of the episode versus like, oh, we saw that scene and then nothing else. Um, but that's just kind of how I like to see like reality shows and storytelling or whatever. But yeah, I thought that there was some interesting conversations. I do feel like people are opening up. I know some people that I was like, ooh, not really feeling in the beginning. I still don't really feel them, but like we're getting more of their story and like, who they are and where they come from. So I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, outside of that, it's cute, I guess. Like it's, I don't know. I don't really live for Orlando, no shade, but like I I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it, if that makes sense.
If you could ask somebody from the cast, who would that person be? Also, let us know in the comments if you can get rid of somebody on the
Yeah,
cast this season.
let us
Who would that
know.
person be?
Ooh, if I could ask somebody from the cast, honestly, it'd be Marlo, no shade. I would
That
get rid of
Miss
Marlo, no
Marlowe.
shade. Yeah, I'd get rid of Marlo or maybe Max and replace them with somebody else.
Okay, you're gonna
But
get rid of Marlowe and the racist.
there we go. I mean, I'll never
Colorist.
stand a racist.
Colorist. Colorist.
Color it.
Very
Well, it's a
very
little
much that.
anti-black. Anti.
Now, you know what? What I was about to say, that's off the record. That's off the
Mhm.
record. Anywho, my
It's
choice.
given. You might not understand this reference, but it's given Huda Jr. That's what it's given. But I don't think you watch Love Is Blind, so I don't know if you know
I
what I'm talking
I,
about.
I
But
haven't, but I've heard about the drama
you've
or the
heard about the
controversy.
situation, yeah. So
Somebody
that's
made
what
a
it's given.
comment, she laughed, and now she's losing brand deals. I said, "You was an ignorant bitch.
Well,
Oh, this
I'm not
dumb
surprised.
goofy bitch." I'm not
But yeah,
either. I'm telling you.
um,
But yeah, I would get rid of Rashida. I rap like
Rashida.
Shawty Low. Yeah, they gotta go.
Her confessional scenes are so funny to me because it kind of comes across as if she's like reading a like cue card. Like the way she speaks is so like inorganic to like how a person would normally speak. It's like she's yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I understand you want to get rid of her
Listen,
too.
when you androgynous, baby, that's probably just something that just current that just happens all the time. Maybe you're just
Not the
inorganic
androgynous.
when you just androgynous. You just so or inorganic. Anywho,
Or as Zafar would say, Andrew Rogers.
shout out to Zafar, baby. Shout out to G Status season motherfucking one, baby. Shout out to season two, but
Yeah,
yeah, shout out to Zafar.
iconic.
Now,
Goated season,
go
really.
listen. That season one, season two, goaded. Like if we don't know what we had when we had it, baby. Like we took it for
hmm
granted. They also took
hmm
us for granted. You want to talk about somebody with a
What
fucking absentee schedule? Shout out to G Status,
they
baby. But
what
Zafar was good TV.
I'm wondering what about that show, like, because I'm looking at Chasing Orlando and I'm like, why don't I fuck with the show like I want to? And I'm just thinking, like, what about that first season of G Status is like makes it versus like the season of Chasing Orlando? I'm
Baby,
thinking it's the
I don't even want to say
characters
that. Yeah.
because they were funny. They were so funny, and I feel like I don't know this cast. They're not really like standing out to me, I guess. But definitely let us know in the chat or in the comments how y'all feel
Do
about this
you
cast and this
do you
season.
think anybody from this cast or this season of Chasing Orlando is like G Status worthy? Like, could you see anybody on this season on G Status?
I could see Cali Boy probably G status worthy.
Okay.
I think
Cali
Cali
Boy and a
Boy
King will be a
that
duo
uncles.
out of this fucking world, baby. Very much uncles, baby.
I need
They're
a
very
podcast
much
with them
uncles.
together. I need that. I need at least one episode. I need them to chat it up a little bit
No, I do not
over
want a
some ribs
King.
and some Hennessy
Listen, that would be and a blunt, baby.
and a
And a
blunt.
blunt,
Yes,
baby.
and a blunt. Yeah.
Yes. You said rib
Um.
tips, Hennessy, yes. Not rib
Yeah.
tips. How
Some of them
colorist of you.
fucked up,
But I'm
but
not
hey.
gonna go there with you. I'm not gonna go there with you. But audience, yes. Shout out to the people again who are going to watch this on the playback. Shout out to
Mhm,
the people who are
mhm.
here. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Definitely comment because, as you know, we love chopping it up with you guys in the comments. I always feel like
Right.
Damon and I are just going back and forth, and sometimes we forget like we're speaking to our viewers. So yes,
Mhm.
definitely drop a comment down below. Who could get asked if you have a favorite? Um, but baby, let's just kick this review off because I have
Yeah. Let's get this motherfucker
some
moving.
things.
Um,
Okay.
we have some things to get into.
Mhm.
So we open up also episode 4, the City Princess. As we said, we open with Beauty Lindo's party, where it's his birthday. He's performing, and Marlo also performed. Um, but yeah, he performed. I thought he did an amazing job. I think he's probably the best performer. I mean, he doesn't rap or sing, but he seems to be the best performer on this cast. Um, love the outfit, body
Mhm.
tea.
Mhm.
As what was it? Cash Cobain said on on Cardi's what was it? Better than you. I'm like,
Mhm.
not the straight talk about body tea, like still in the gay lingo, but yeah, his body is his body is
Yes,
bodying.
body. Yes.
Um, and I just want to say I love B Baby Lindo. I feel like, of course, I think he might be the fan favorite. I don't know,
Mhm.
but he's my fave. I feel like he has great energy. He seems very nice. He seems very rational too. I feel like some of the people on this show, it's like we're like, what the fuck is like? Why are you so angry? And like, why are you like? Where I feel like he seems the most down to earth and seems the most normal to me. Um,
I agree.
but yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Um, but yeah, I said the outfit was T. I did want to know if he was tucked because I wanted to see where the bulge was. but I don't know. Was he tucked? Was he not tucked? I don't know. But yeah, Marlo also performed. I said that she looked great. Um, yeah, she looked good. And yeah, did you have any thoughts on this scene?
I love how you just completely ignored the fact that B Baby is a Gemini, and this was a Gemini bash with your hating
I didn't
ass.
want to
So
bring that
yes,
up.
shout out to all my Geminis. Yes, this was a birthday Gemini
He
bash.
don't
B
give
Baby is
Gemini.
a Gemini. Baby, he don't give Taurus. I'll tell you that right now. He
He
don't get nut
actually
ass
does. That's
Taurus.
the funny part. He actually
Um,
does give swords, but okay.
Gemini season, baby. 6 months away. You know,
Okay.
you see it.
Period.
Gemini.
Ooh,
Yes.
a long
I did also say I was living for B Baby's fit, the catsuit.
mhm.
How very
Yeah.
90s of him. Almost like a
Yes.
freak Nick, kind of hood Nick type of get up. I was in for it.
Yes.
I said, wondering, Slim, hey yo, Slim, hey, yo, Slim got a thing for Spanish bitches. I wonder if
He
Slim
does.
picked that out for B Baby to wear at that party.
Maybe. I can
That
see that.
would
I can see
be
that.
interesting.
Let
I
me
did
get
say I
a
love the vibe of the party. Everybody was cordial. Yes, pull the outfit up, baby. That could have been a fit that a bitch wore in New Jack City and danced for Wesley
yes,
Snipes.
yes.
Dancer or
Not
Alan
a bitch
Payne
dancing for
pre-crack. Pre-crack.
pre-crack Alan Payne. I want to see pre-crack Alan Payne in this outfit.
Listen,
Like,
I'm sorry, I'm derailing, baby.
man.
The party was cordial. I said professionalism.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I live for. Like adults being able to just kind of coexist, despite differences, and just kind of vibe and just ignore that person over there. So I really enjoyed the scene.
Mhm.
Um, I did say B Baby being a confessional more zooted than a little bit. Come through.
He do.
Like,
Hi.
and to answer your question, I don't think he's tucked. Is it tucked? Come on, Rosmic. No.
Yes.
I don't
I know. I'm
think
just fucking around, but
it
it gave
is.
flatness. I'm like, oh, you might have sucked. But anyway,
Come on, Ken
yeah.
Dow. It is.
Well, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, I love the with the panty. It's
Mm-hmm.
giving. It's giving.
Big.
And again, the
I
body is
still
key.
say he needs a Chinese bang. Like he
He
just
does
needs
need a
the
Chinese bang.
exaggerated
It's a
Chinese
little
bang
lower.
with the buzz cut. Yes.
Yes. But this
Also,
is
I
a
like the
classic
fact
haircut for a Hispanic
it
person. No
is.
shade.
I came across a post on Instagram the other day, and it was like a style guide for different types of mullets for like Hispanic men, and I was like, this
Mhm.
is kind of problematic. So I'm just gonna
Well,
keep scrolling.
the Latin men have the mullets on lock, and
They
honestly, I
do.
think they rock it the best, in my
They
opinion.
do. They
But
do.
yeah,
Because they
they.
believe in shampoo and conditioning, all of that.
Ooh, ooh.
Anywho,
Um,
um, really quick before I just wrap up my notes, I want to shout out to Brian for taking on the responsibility of like his dad's medical expenses. He
yes.
mentioned that in his confessional that I guess Brian is working like super duper hard, picking up a lot of hours so that
Hmm.
his father could kind of not have to worry about his medical bill. So I thought that that was super responsible and mature of Brian
And
to step
selfless.
up,
Yeah.
and yeah, very selfless of him to, and that's kind of one of the things that I talked about when I spoke on like my general thoughts is like a lot of these cast members have that mentality where they're selfless
Hmm.
and they don't kind of mind like kind of giving back to community, but how can I work this? Like I just fuck with B Baby because he isn't putting on. He doesn't have like
Hmm.
a fake
He's just
personality.
regular.
So
He's
yeah,
himself, but
I
he's
really
also like a
enjoy.
good performer.
Yeah, good performer, and he's super humble. That's the word I'm looking for.
Hmm.
So a lot of these personalities, just on all of these shows, are kind of they aren't humble.
They can
So
stand to be a little,
to watch
yeah,
somebody
humble.
like be like, oh, like my dad is going through it, I'm going to just bust my ass to make sure he's good. I love that about Brian. So shout out to
Hmm.
B Baby. Um,
Yes.
there we go. Let's say stream y'all playing me, but that was my thoughts on the Gemini Bash,
How
the
do you feel like
Gemini
the
Bash,
group is
baby.
come Gemini Bash? How do you feel about I'm just kidding. I love Geminis. I get some of my, closest relationships are Geminis. But anyway, I was gonna say, how do you think the group is coming together? Because we've gotten like what, three scenes? I want to say this. No, maybe two group scenes because the Mark Margella performance and then B Baby's birthday, right? Those were the two
Yes.
scenes that we got with the group together. How do you think they're coming together since the pool party?
It's rocky.
Okay.
It's weird because it was like kind of night and day versus B Baby's event and then
Mhm.
Mark's event. So I kind of thought that everybody was good, and then as we found out later, it's not really that.
Mhm.
I kind of feel like certain people just gel, and I feel like that's the cast from season one. I feel like they've been around each other longer. They've got to
Mhm.
when I finally got to meet you, they kind of got to feel each
Yes.
other out longer. So I feel like when
Mhm.
it's them, it's kind of like the scene is chill. I feel like when it's other people, um, Marlo, Rashida,
They
um,
kind of throw a
turn
wrench
up.
in the whole
Yeah,
situation. Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that. Um, no, yeah, I
You
could
think?
definitely see that. I feel like the group, I feel like the group dynamics are interesting because, like you said, I feel like there are people that are chill. They kind of know each other. They know what each other give, and then like the new people kind of throw a wrench in that because it's like I feel like people when they first come on the show, they always want to make a name for themselves, and I feel like there's two, not two, just two, but there's two ways that people have gone about that this season. Where you have like Mark Margella, who seems to be more like focused on his art and his talent and
Hmm.
telling his story, and then you have like people like Marlo and Rashida who are also telling their story, but they're more so leaning with the drama and
Hmm.
I want to stand out, I want to read a bitch, you know, type type vibe, I guess.
Hmm.
But
Mind
so
you,
we get
um,
mhm,
I don't think we've seen either one of them at work yet. No, we
no,
seen Marlo do a performance, but we haven't really seen the 9 to 5.
right, right. And it's always kind of weird when people are like that on this show because it's like I don't know, it's like you don't really want to film your 9 to 5, especially if you like
Hmm.
say you are a nurse or something. But I guess she's like a community organizer or something like that. She kind of have alluded to like doing activism work and stuff like that. I think it would be nice to see that.
Right.
And she did kind of like mention like something about a class with other trans women, so that would be cool to see. Um, maybe we'll get that eventually, but yeah, we haven't really seen either of them work. I don't even know what Rashida does. No shade. I don't remember what she does, but
Then she said like
um,
club owner,
oh, she
dancer,
does own a
something like
club.
that.
That would be interesting to see what type of nights she has and stuff like that. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. But so we go to the next scene. Marlo, Cali Boy, and Rashida visit Marlo. It's both Marlo and I guess Cali Boy's hometown. I think they
Hmm.
said Edenville, Florida. So basically it's Easter. They're out. Um, it's interesting because, like, in Michigan, I guess people celebrate Easter like you could be outside because it could be like the weather could have broken, but this was given like 4th of July. Like everybody
For
was
real, for
outside.
real.
Like it
Yeah,
was
like
like, damn,
Labor Day,
like
Memorial Day type shit. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know. I guess it's the weather. But yeah, everybody's outside, doing them. I want to get your thoughts on this look. I'm trying to find a good a good little um a good little still of it. I think you might already know what I'm talking about.
Is it the red pixie cut? You know I go up for it.
I just want
You
to get
know
a
I go.
feel because I show the
You know I go
people
up for a nasty auntie cut, and that's what it was
a
giving.
nasty icy cut. Yes, yes. I don't know why it's not. I'm not able to find it. Um, hold on. Yeah, the a nasty cut. Let me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So it's not just the cut for me, but it's also the glasses and it's
Hmm.
also the teeth.
The door knockers. Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely giving.
Very bougie auntie.
Yeah, who's scamming, and that's why she's so bougie. She used to scam. She has roots in scamming, but she has since used that money to do something legitimate. But she still has the
She
scammer
did a
aesthetic.
couple years, and then she turned
Yeah,
her life around. The money that she scammed and kind of stashed
she,
away while she was incarcerated.
she did a bid for her nigga, and then came back. back.
My goodness. Now, how can you tell she did a bit for a nigga? Is it the titty tat or? Or
it's the teeth,
what's
it's the tat, and it's the pixie cut. I'm telling you.
I'm not mad at that.
But yes,
I'm not mad
this
at that.
look is this look is tea. I'm not gonna lie. And then
Very
the
Easter
hair
Sunday.
blowing in the wind. Yes, the hair blowing in the wind also um got me together. But yes, very most memorable look of the season so far. I want to say.
I, I second that. I was living for
Yes,
this. Like
yes.
I was living for it. The all white,
And no
like
shade. This might be problematic to say, but does Rashida give? I feel like she eats more when she's done up versus when she's giving. I guess Matt, if that makes sense.
wait, you kind of broke up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe StreamYard didn't want me to say that, but I'm gonna say it again anyway. Um, I feel like Rashida eats down when they're like done up versus like when they're giving like math. I'm just like, but like when they're done up with the makeup, the hair, all of that, I feel like they eat more. They come up with more creative looks. So
Okay.
that's my take. But yeah, so
Okay.
they're riding through Edenville in a golf club car. We get to see where Marlo was raised in her grandma's house. Cali Boy is there. He also mentions, he used to go to I guess he used to run track for the school that
Hmm.
Edenville is attached to. And he used to work in a salon there. So I guess are they related? They're related, right? Are they cousins? So
I
many people are
I don't
related
think
on
they're
this show. I'm
blood
like,
related,
okay,
but I think they just grew up. They've known each other since Marlo said that Callie knew her mom, so that's how they're
okay,
kind of related.
okay. That makes a lot of sense. Um, but yeah, I screamed when I guess it's like a family friend is talking to Marlo, and she's like, I forgot. She was just talking, and then she was like, she's like hugging her. She's like, and if it falls out, tuck it back again. I said, oh,
My
you know what?
goodness.
I need that on a t-shirt.
Listen, I
I
say I
need that
love
on
the support that this cast receives from their family and friends.
yeah, I
Cause
do.
I'm
Yeah,
like, I was not expecting this amount of just kind of like
openness.
open,
Yeah.
yes, in Florida of like
Hmm.
in the ghetto of all goddamn places.
In
But
the
yeah,
ghetto.
yeah, to see Marlo just be surrounded by like so much love. I'm like, goddamn, like I said, the editors or production is like heavy on like this cast, like the support system, like trying to build a support system for this cast. But
Right.
I enjoyed the scene. Yeah, Homegirl was wild for
Yeah.
like that comment. If it's
Yeah.
untucked, tuck it back
I
in,
mean,
my
she wasn't
goodness.
wrong. She wasn't wrong.
Shout out to Barbie, my girl Barbie from Now That's TV, because Barbie
Yeah.
be out here wilding and the tuck don't be tucking.
Child. She said just let it all hang out, I guess.
Goodness, you know I go up for Barbie, baby, but anywho.
Um, but yeah, Marlo mentions that there's a park that they're at that I guess was named after her grandmother, who seemed to be a pillar in the community.
Hmm.
She said, I guess she would have her grandkids give the guys that play basketball outside water, and then I guess if they left their shirts, um, she would wash it and have it give it back to them, I guess. Which I think is
Hmm.
super nice. I mean, I wouldn't, I feel like I don't know if
Listen,
stuff like
so you can say granny a real one, but I ain't bringing that shit in my house. Listen, I don't know if you got bed bugs, you got roaches, all types of shit crawling on your clothes. Nah, baby.
mm,
What we gonna
mm.
do is hang this shit on the line, clothing line, and we gonna spray it with a water hose.
I was just
And
like, who forgets their shirt? Like, I mean, if
listen,
you outside, it's like you'd be like, oh shit, my shirt. Like,
you out on the
like
playground
why
and
would
in the ghetto, baby, you forgetting a lot of stuff. Especially when the
I
street
think?
lights come on.
Oh,
You
that's
forgetting a
true.
lot of. You'd be surprised at what people leave at the
Carry your
basketball
ass home.
court.
Jeez.
Listen. Listen,
Oh
but
my
yeah, I
god,
said
your
Granny's
ass
a
home.
real one, but ain't no way in hell like I'm bringing strangers. But
Mm-mm,
that was big of her to do that and to kind of
mm-mm.
like Marla said, bring them water and stuff like that because she didn't have to do that. So like, Granny
Right,
was a real one for that.
for sure. Um, so Marlo kind of talks about like her relationship with her family and like the people
Hmm.
in her life and how they're still kind of getting used to, I guess, her transition, I guess calling her the right name, the right pronouns, stuff like that. And we've heard this a lot where like, it's like the family has love for their family member, but it's like them trying to understand and trying to get used to, I guess, acknowledging their identity can be a struggle. So, but I'm glad that they're making an effort, I guess. They don't seem to be weird about the way she presents or
Mhm.
anything like that. So, yeah, it was nice to see like her just chilling with everybody else. She's just outside, hanging out just like everybody else. She did have that mean, nasty Easter dude. I was like, okay, the with the curls and
Mhm.
I was into it. But yeah, she talks to Cali boy about the pool party. He also
Child.
apologizes to her. I guess just for what had happened. I guess he feels responsible because he threw the party and the dude
Mhm.
was his friend, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean it's big of Cali to apologize. This is definitely a lot different from last season when he was, in the beginning when he was very much like just the antagonist and not trying to take any
Yes.
type of accountability.
Yeah.
So,
He was trying to
um,
get recasted for season 2, baby, and it
there
worked.
we go.
I think he even said it at the beginning of the season. Like I did
Hmm.
all my crazy shit season 1, so now this season I can just fall back. Like
Yeah.
it
This is
worked.
like when
So
you go like into a job interview and you're like, yes, blah 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 blah. Then you get into the job and they're like, oh,
where was
it's
this
like now
motherfucker on
you
the
done got
interview?
comfortable.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Listen,
You didn't took your shoes off and got comfortable.
you
Like,
want me to take my shoes off? Like, get your ass in this fucking house. Oh,
forgot
goofy
about
ass
that.
nigga. Anywho, yes,
Going
Marlo. I
crazy,
did want to
Trey.
mention Marlo
Um,
spoke about I did want to say I like the support that Marlo received because it's kind of black people can
mhm,
be real ignorant towards like their family members who are part of the community. So it was really just warming to see her be surrounded by her family. Her father made a cameo, made an
mhm,
appearance. She kind of talked about the relationship that she has with her dad. Um, and then Marvel, she was like, I feel like I'm being rude when people address me by my dead name. It's like, no, they're kind of being an asshole. So you need to put your foot down and check them, then baby girl, that's
mhm.
what you need to do. But if your name is Marlo and you're changing your name to Marlo, then they need to respect you as Marlo. So like don't ever feel like, oh, I'm being rude because somebody's being a dick and not respecting my identity, who I am. So
And isn't it
this scene
crazy
was
that you have like
this
it's not to cut you off, but it's crazy that like you have the energy for like people like Mac, but you don't have the energy. And I get it, it's different. Like this is your family, so you're not gonna like cuss them
mhm.
out, I guess. But it's like,
I would. I mean, this is
yeah,
like you said,
yeah,
this is your family, like the people that
yeah,
you grew up with, so they should have the utmost respect
the
for you.
respect for you, yeah,
Yeah. So like she said, my name is Marlo. Why are you still addressing me as a name that doesn't exist? Like,
yeah.
so like you said, you can have smoke for Max, whatever. You could have that same energy for people who are kind of like blatantly disrespecting you. That's just my
Mhm.
take on it. Maybe Marlo doesn't feel
Comfortable doing that.
disrespected.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
comfortable checking people. Um, maybe she doesn't take offense. I mean, she kind of seemed to be kind of bothered by it in the confessional, but
Hmm.
again, yeah, you got that disrespect. But um, when she approached Cali Boy and Homegirl, I was like, not Marlo sniffing around for pool party drama. I
She
said, girl,
really
let this
was.
shit go.
And then what annoyed me was like her acting like she didn't want to talk about it.
Right,
Like you
proceeded to
know damn well.
literally
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, what?
yes,
Oh my god, I didn't know." Like, girl, you want to talk about
right,
it. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, we get it. And it's like the pool party stuff has been talked about for a minute.
yeah,
We
it's
do
so
get some
over
more
with.
information about it though. That I guess that can be addressed later. Um, but yeah, they kind of talk about that. And like I said, Cali Boy did apologize to her, which I thought was
Mhm.
cool. Um, anything else from this scene, or can I move on?
I did say I just want to close with say I did hate, or I said I hate when I'm having like a private conversation, a personal conversation, and some
Mhm,
random just kind of walks in on my. Case in point, I'm having a conversation with my homeboy at work the other day, and we're talking, and somebody just walks up like, "What's this about?" None of your business. Like, baby, we're talking about how effective this can of bear mace is. That's what we're talking about.
You said this is not an open forum. You
It's
can't
not. And then it has the nerve to be a white person. Like, baby,
just
it has the
wait.
nerve to be a Ofe, baby. Yes.
You
Yeah.
know what's
So
so funny to me when I don't know if you've ever heard this, but like when somebody interjects into like a conversation or like they just overstep their boundaries, somebody will be like, "Who left the door open? Like who just like anybody just walking in now? Like mind your business."
there's
Like,
a meme that's been going around. It's like two black people. It's like a drawing, but it's like two black
uh,
people
mm,
having a conversation, and then on the door it's like black people business, and there's some Karen sticking her head in on a conversation that ain't got nothing to do with her. That's very much who left the door open.
yes,
That's what that is.
very much
Very
who left
much
the door
that.
open.
Okay,
Just
I'm
letting anybody.
derailing. Yes, very much
Um,
that. I'm derailing. Baby, my
but
bad.
you're good. The next scene is Fabio and Pablo. They go
Mm-hmm.
to the studio to make some beats. But no, I'm kidding. The music was musicking though.
Hmm.
We get a listen into Fabio's music and his, him being in the booth. He rapped a little bit and then he sang a little bit. He had an R&B situation and he had a, like a classic R or classic hip hop, record.
Hmm.
Um, I enjoy his music. I think it's good. Um, I like, I feel like sometimes people can't rap on beat or the beat that they chose doesn't align with the way that they rap. And I feel like
Hmm.
it aligns with his music. Like his whole vibe is, it aligns, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was cool. He had the energy as well. The lyrics were nice too. He spoke about how one of the R&B songs that he wrote it himself, and how it's personal to him, and how it's about, I guess, kind of reflecting on the end of a relationship, taking accountability, and just kind of moving on, which I appreciated.
Hmm.
I love when people talk about why they make the music they make and what it means to them. I think that that's an aspect of the show that I wish they would lean more on. Is like, why did you create this? Why did you decide to go into this industry? Like, what about your life and experience drew you to this or whatever. But yeah, they just kind of chop it up. Um, and yeah, they just kind of talk about his music. They listen to it, and it was a cool scene. How did you feel about it?
Is. I said Fabio is in the studio giving Offset with these shades on. Like,
He was
how
giving off.
come we cannot see this man's eyes? Like, is production not alarmed by not being able to see where this man is looking? Like, no shade to
Maybe that's
Fabio.
his persona. He trying to be mysterious,
This,
you know.
I get that. I dig the mysterious mystique vibe. It's like homeboy. I got to
Mhm.
see where you looking. But
Yeah.
I did go to his Instagram page and I did see a video of him without glasses. So he did say his eyes are not. He doesn't have a cock eye. And he doesn't give a vampire boy tea. So anywho, I thought this scene was dope. Like I said,
Yeah.
Fabio is kind of one of those personalities who realizes what this platform is for. Um he's using this platform to brand himself as a musician. So I really
Mhm.
enjoy scenes like this where I say I'm gonna keep saying it where people are honing their craft or there's musicians being in the studio because this is what chasing is about. So,
Right.
um, the music, baby, I live for the Caribbean beats, baby. It's
Yeah.
kind of giving just a little bit of safari,
Hmm.
but the lyricism is heavy. I fucked with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Baby, Pablo came in and Pablo just started melting just right there. Pablo was ready to slap them panties off. I said
Not to
Pablo was
slap
ready
the
to
panties
make.
off.
Listen, Pablo was ready to make a pot mac and cheese right there, baby. I said, this man, he was a thank you for letting me in. I'm like, this nigga a vampire? Pablo, get your thirsty ass out the building. Cause
He
Pablo was
was.
ready to
He
risk it
had the
all.
heart eyes.
Listen,
He was.
I ain't mad at him because Fabio's handsome, but Pablo was in like, thank you, daddy. I'm like,
Yeah.
baby, I ain't mad at it. I subscribe. I like to see
You know
it.
what? You know,
I
me
like to see
too.
it.
Me too. Why not? Why not?
Okay,
Come on.
period. Period. But yes, I enjoyed the scene. Like I feel like
Mhm.
Pablo is on this mission to kind of just really build like solidarity with like his cast members and
Mhm.
to show like support. Like you asked me to be there, like I'm there for you, or if I'm having something, come through and like fuck with me. So I
Yeah.
really like that Pablo has kind of taken and Slim. You said off camera that AO Slim and Pablo have kind of taken on like these kind of older cousin, big cousin roles.
Right.
and they're kind of really trying to build like unity with the group, and I just absolutely love that. Like, cause again,
Mhm.
that's what these platforms are for. Like, everything doesn't have
Right.
to be like drama
Mhm.
geared or driven. So yeah, I enjoyed this scene. I like the scene.
Speaking of Fabio, I think we have him in the building. Shout out to him.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. He said, "Leave my shades alone." We
Listen,
just
I
want
go
to
up
see
for the
your eyes.
glasses, baby.
Yes,
I go up for the
I
glasses.
go for the
Very
glasses, but
Wesley Snipes and Blade. So you like you said, Damon,
very that.
mysterious is that.
Yes.
I dig the
It's his
vibe.
persona. It's,
Yeah.
it's what he's given. And he wants to thank us for tuning in and like what he heard so far. Yeah, thank you for,
Yes.
coming to our platform, our little platform. But yeah. Um, yeah, I thought the scene was cute, but it's funny that you picked up on the Pablo thing too, because I was
hmm
like, hmm.
Pablo.
And the
Pablo is
fact
a
that he was
key.
looking up at him too, I was like, okay, all right now. Like,
Goodness,
oh my
baby.
god.
Yes.
So then we get Max and Ao going to a beauty con, some sort of beauty
hmm
conference. And so basically, they're there, they're talking to some vendors. I was kind of unsure on what what that entailed. Like I don't know if the vendors were gonna provide like another service. Like I don't know what the business transaction was gonna be because they were talking to a guy and he was kind of talking about like the price of his products. But I'm like, are you thinking of putting your lashes in his like little pouch of products, or like how is the business going to transact? I guess. I kind of wanted to know what that was about, but I'm glad that they were able to come together.
hmm
Went from trying to fuck to fighting to now
My
they're business
goodness.
partners.
That whole
The
vicious cycle,
trajectory of
man.
a Tubi movie to
You
me,
listen.
like,
It's crazy.
oh my god. But yes, I'm glad they were able to come together. And I think that they get along. Once they got over the bullshit, I think they get
hmm
along. Um, but Ao kind of speaks on how like everybody or people are at odds, but if we could just network more, I think that
Right.
would be a better look. Which I
hmm
understand. I get him on that, but I also get Max's point where he's like, well, I don't really want to work with somebody that I don't like. Like my business is important to me. That's how I feed myself. That's how I sustain myself. So I would not want to mix that with somebody that I have issues with, like, you know. So I get both sides, but yeah, I mean, I feel like they are stronger together. Some people I don't know if you want to do business with them, but
True.
I do get
True.
Ao trying to be a positive person, which is kind of also a turn from last season. I feel like they
hmm
Ao and Cali Boy seem to have learned from last season. I feel like they're both like, okay, this is, we talked about how Cali Boy kind of did his big one the first season so that he could come back for next season. But I think Ao looked at himself and learned like, hey, like I don't want to be this person. I want to be more of a, you know, I want to lead by example, I guess, which I appreciate from him. Um,
Period.
but yeah, who knows what they did after that beauty con? But hey, um, they, we saw them leave together. So who knows?
Goodness, you ain't shit. But to
Um,
kind of piggyback off what you said, I like that Ao, despite Max and Marlo's differences, Ao kind of hasn't like took us like chosen a side. He's kind of
mhm,
like, I guess, playing like the middleman, but again, he could be one of those personalities where it's like, this is my cousin, fuck that bitch, or he's hanging with Max and he's like trying to persuade Max, like, oh, just give her a chance, yada yada. He could be messy. I really like that he's being a grown man in this situation.
right.
So this kind of goes back to casting. Like whoever casted this the personalities, the cast members for the season, they did their big one. And then also
Mhm,
like what you just said, Slim kind of did the most season one, so he kind of doesn't have to do a lot this season. So
right.
it's just a lot of personality, a lot of cast members. Are thinking logically. I think that's what that is, and this is what's for me. It's just what's making the season like just so like grown up almost. Like I'm kind of not really used to seeing shows where people come on and then they're like just transparent and they're not worried about like being judged or shit like that. So like this season, it's refreshing because there's so much goddamn support and just love just on this season, just from like the
Hmm.
outside, mostly from outside, like the family of the um group. But this
Right.
season is heavy on support and love, and I dig that. I dig that.
We like to see it. We definitely like to see it. Um,
Yes.
the next scene is Marlo and Rashida. They go to the DMV to get Marlo's name changed on her ID, her driver's license. Um, and so yeah, she goes. I guess she's attempting to get the female gender marker, the F marker. But I guess with what I guess what with Ron DeSanta as the governor. I think his name is Ron DeSantis, but she ends up saying Ron DeSanta at one point. I was like, not Ron DeSantis. Um, but yeah, I guess due to that, and I think Florida just being a conservative state, she can't get it changed yet.
Mhm.
So I don't know what she has to do to get it changed. I don't know if there are people in Florida that have trans people that do have the change marker. I don't know.
She
But
probably got to be a white woman.
I mean, no shade. That might be, that might be part of it. I do know that there's a popular white trans model that couldn't get their passport changed. I think they tried to renew and they were like it went viral that like they couldn't get their passport changed, like
Mm.
the gender marker. Um, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure that that's like super stressful because it's like every time you show your ID, that's and that's a reason for someone to like say something to you or treat you poorly. Um, but yeah, she's trying to get it changed. She these looks were interesting because you had Rashida who looked like she had went out last night, went home with Trey, and then woke up in time to come to this scene. It was given very much like I don't know, the night after or the morning after, I guess you could say, Walk of Shame vibes. And then
My goodness.
you had Marlo in them damn flats. Um, I was like, girl, those flats are not good. Throw them flats
She was
away.
in
I
them.
thought they were a quarter
It's
inches, and I was about to fall out. I thought they were quarter inches. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my
I thought
gosh.
they were quarter
All
inch,
women
baby.
can't must wear, what is it? All women must wear heels exceeding, can't wear heels exceeding 1/4 inch. I said the
Yeah,
white baby, not these king heels.
right. One of them in them kitten
Goodness.
heels. Um, but yes. Let me just let me share my screen again.
So
But
I did
I
want to
think it's more
say
so
that,
the hair.
oh yeah,
I just want to say I
definitely
think
should have
it's
ran
just
and brushed
it's
over
the
it.
hair with tassels and like the dress is giving club. So I'm like, you wore this to go to the DMV? I don't. I mean, I guess she's not doing anything in the DMV, but still. And then I want to see these flats though.
Not you dragging
Baby,
her
these
for her
flats.
flats.
I was like, girl,
Can you zoom in? Because I know them is not baby doll shoes.
let
I
me.
know those are not baby doll shoes.
But yeah, them flats. I was like,
Goodness.
baby girl,
Marlo's the key.
what is going on with these? And it's the ankle strap for me. Like, girl,
American flag cowboy boots? Oh, baby girl,
oh
no.
baby
It's
girl,
what it's
no.
giving. Like, Marlo
Yeah,
is the key for that baby.
this looked like some office shoes you would wear in the 80s.
For real, baby.
Like,
I got work to do, baby.
I got
What's
work.
that? What is that play that they did on Bob's Burgers? Working Girls?
Working girls, yeah.
It's what it's giving.
Working girls.
All
I gotta
Marlo
feed
is
my three
missing is the
children.
shoulder pad. Yes.
Yes,
All that's
yes.
missing is the shoulder pads. But
Oh
to
my.
speak on Marlo, to speak on the scene,
Hmm.
I said this country is slowly transforming or slowly turning into a goddamn dictatorship. Like,
Hmm.
imagine going to a DMV and then your governor, a Republican or a predator, as I call them,
Hmm.
tells you that you aren't in your right mind, so you can't change your gender mark. Mind you, all of his homeboys, his clan,
Hmm.
predators. getting popped
Mhm.
left and right in these stings
Mhm.
for their attraction to minors. Now,
There we
it's
go.
crazy. You know, it's crazy how these Republicans is like, oh, like the gay community, they're affecting our kids. Everything's going gay, gay, gay. Who is the number one goddamn threat in this country?
Mhm.
Comments, y'all know who is the number one
Mhm.
threat in America right now? It's not a
And
drag
people always
queen.
talk about
It's not
yeah.
a trans woman. It's not a trans
Mhm.
man. It's not a black man. See, Streamer agree with me. It's a white man.
Not the thumbs up, period.
That's the goddamn truth. It's a white man. So
Mm.
for DeSantis to be like, oh, you're you have some
You're
type
not in
of
your right
mental
mind, yeah.
deficiency. So like
And it's like, not to cut you off, but he don't know shit about trans people. He don't know he ain't watched a documentary, he ain't read a
nothing.
book, he ain't listened to no type of account, he just like, "No." And it's like, that's how it be. They don't
Listen.
be knowing nothing
Mm.
about trans people or gay people or anybody outside of, in the midnight hour on demon time. That's when they that's when they really get to know 'em.
Listen,
But
that's where it be going, baby.
outside of that, ask Grinder during the Republican
Listen.
convention.
Hmm.
But yeah, um, yeah,
Yeah, I just thought that
it's
the scene
unfortunate.
was like it's crazy how Republicans is like, oh, like gay community. It's like, well, why don't y'all address the whole influx of motherfucking adults, Republicans that have been getting arrested for
Mhm.
being attracted or having like inappropriate interactions with minors. Like, why aren't y'all talking
Yeah,
about that? That's the real goddamn threat. So
yeah,
I
and to me, it's just like it's something that doesn't even affect you. Like, it's so many people that feel like
for real,
they have a say in something that does not affect them.
for real.
Like, her changing her gender marker has nothing to do with you. It doesn't really affect you. Like, it affects her because it's how people will see her, and like it'll mess with things that she has to do. That we all have to
Hmm.
do. But like, you know, they don't give it a second thought because they feel like it's wrong. Which
I wonder if there's like another state she could travel to and kind of get that. I mean, I know she's like
yes, I would guess.
she
But
would
I
probably have to provide residence, proof of residence in that state in
yeah,
order to
she
get
probably have to move
identification.
to that place.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure maybe in New York, yeah, you can get your gender marker changed, I would guess, but Florida, probably not.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's sad to hear, but I would say like, cause you know me, like I feel like maybe it's a tourist thing, but I feel like when somebody like annoys me on shows like this, I'm just like I'm annoyed with them for the rest of the season. But I do feel like Marlo and Rashida are starting to. I guess they started off bad, but I guess these scenes are kind of warming me up to them. Even though I still kind of find both of them a little annoying. But
Hmm.
outside of that, I do like these scenes where we're, you know, talking about trans women, their experiences in different places, things like that. So, um, shout out to Coco Butter Barbie who's in the building. She said
Yes, thanks for
she loved the
being
episode of
here.
Bob's Burgers. I
Yes.
wonder did Marlo see those flags or did Marlo see that episode and think, you know what, I'm gonna buy these flags. I wonder if it's a direct influence. That's what I'm wondering.
My
Um, but
goodness.
yeah,
Not flats, baby.
um,
It's like you might
but
as well just put
flats,
on a
baby,
pair of gym shoes.
might as well, or some slides or something. Jeez. But
Goodness.
yeah, I also want to shout to the lady that helped Marlo. I guess, like, of course, it's a stressful situation, but
Hmm.
she did give Marlo, like, some, I guess, some things that she can do to maybe attempt to do it again. And she wasn't rude or like anything. Because, like she said, I could easily see somebody being like,
Right,
disrespectful, using that as a way to, be nasty to somebody because
right.
they feel like, they already don't like what you're doing or whatever. But yeah, shout out to her for holding her professionalism and helping
Hmm.
Marlo. Um, and then the next scene is AO Slim goes on a date with his ex named Kintrey. It looked like they went to some sort of arcade to
Child, they
play
went to
some
main
games.
event. That's what they went.
I
Ghetto
hope
ass main event.
I hope not. That the food trash, games trash. The only thing, you know what? Never mind. We're not gonna go into that. But yes, the main event,
Yeah, we're not gonna go
arcade in random area of Michigan, trash. Anyway, anyway, so yeah, AO basically is like, "This is my egg." I thought it was interesting how he said that they used to date, but he never officially took him on a date, and I was like, "Then what was" well, I was gonna say, "Then what was y'all doing?" But I can't answer my own question.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I can answer my own question, but I was like, "Y'all was dating, but you never took him on a date." That's interesting. But yeah, I picked up on that. But they kind of talk about their relationship. I guess AO felt some type of way that Ken Trey was basically like, "You didn't take me seriously," or yeah, you never took me seriously, and I guess he felt angry about that. But to me, I'm just like, well, I mean, maybe do some self reflection and think like, well, what did I do to like make him think that I wasn't taking him seriously versus just being mad at him and like expecting him to apologize. Like, I feel like he could have just been like, okay, well, what did I do to put you in that to make you feel that way, you know? Um, but it seemed like AO was dealing with somebody else while he was dealing with this person, um,
And you know it
which
was a Spanish bitch.
messy. I mean, the implication is there. The implication is definitely there.
You know it was a Spanish
The
bitch.
implication is there because you know he loves a Spanish girl. Um, but yeah, they yeah, just talk about their relationship. He did mention that I guess like he didn't think he would end up dating somebody right out of high school. And so, in my mind, when I heard that, I had to do some calculation. And I'm like, well, how long ago was this? Because AO seems like he's older than me, I would assume. Maybe even older than you. So,
Ooh, I won't say, or maybe between our age gap. So maybe like early 30s, late 20s, early
okay.
30s.
Okay. So, how long ago was he in high school? Because it could be like you were in your early 20s, he was in high school. But the way he said it gave like, this was, and the dude looked kind of young. So I'm like, did
I
you date
put
this
that in my notes.
child?
Like,
Like,
is I'm like, is there an age gap? Because homeboy can trade.
yeah,
No, can't trade. I said black people ain't gonna do nothing else, baby. They just gonna put two goddamn names together and make it one whole name. Can't
period.
trade. I
I
said the shout out to
stand
any
black creativity. Yes.
listen, but I said homeboy was at the dinner table acting kind of nutty. Like I
Hmm.
don't know if he drunk or if
He might have been a little blowed, a little bit, maybe, allegedly. I don't know. But, just hit the blunt a couple times, maybe. I could see that.
I
Um,
also noted that homeboy only ate a plate of fries on his salad and t-shirt. So you know he got turned every way
yeah.
but loose that night.
Oh, his
And I ain't
bread
even
and
mad at
butter
that.
shit.
Listen,
Bread and water.
maybe bread and water, fucking an hour later, and a cube of
Yeah.
ice if you
Yes.
must. Listen.
Yes, yes, yes. Gotta stay right. Um, Also, I just want to say shout out to Jamar for being in the building. Jamar
Yes, thank you for being
84.
here.
Appreciate you for being here. Yes. Producer. Yes.
My goodness.
Um,
Somebody said
but
AO
yeah,
gets KO. And I didn't want to take it there, but since it's already out there, could you highlight that in?
Cocoa Butter Barbie says AO gives KO ever since YB said I can't unsee.
He
You know
does.
what? Shout out to YB because he definitely does give
He does
KO.
give
He does,
KO. Uncle
especially when
KO.
he gets. I think they both give the same energy when they're
Baby,
angry.
when they get
You know,
angry,
he was
baby, them,
cussing
them
out.
shoulders go up and then they because they come turn into a humpback, a hunchback. Like, okay,
He was
uncle, calm
cussing out
down.
old boy in G status. Like,
Adrian.
yes, they do give. Yeah, they give the same vibe. Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. Um, that's so funny. I never even thought of that. But
That's
yeah,
crazy, yes.
I was just wondering about the age gap. Also one thing that happened in this scene, kind of petty, but I hate when like you're out to eat with like you're at dinner or you're at a restaurant and like instead of just like trying to wait to get the waiter's attention, you just like start yelling waiter. Like I just feel like that's rude and just kind of like I don't know. I don't want to say ghetto, but like it's just
Listen, that's the mannerisms of somebody that's about to go home and get dug out. Like, I already know what it's going, baby. Come get this check so we can get up out of here. That's what it's giving.
he said I got about 45 minutes before these fries digest.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
I'm
Homeboy was
dead.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Waiter should have turned around like, no, you ain't,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh my god. So silly.
Yes.
But yeah, we get to another scene of Mark. sitting down with his sister and I believe his nephew, his
Mhm.
sister's child. They go to an ice cream shop and he just kind of talks to her about first he kind of discusses his HIV diagnosis. I think this is the first time he mentions uh, that he's positive. I'm not sure. I feel like maybe in the trailer he mentioned it because I feel like I knew that before the scene, but um, he basically mentions, how he got diagnosed. One thing about um, this like whole situation, him talking about it that I found interesting was that he mentioned how um, he had slept with, I guess, the person that he thought he contracted it from. He slept with them one time, and it was with somebody that he trusted, and it seemed like somebody that he was in some sort of committed situation with to some aspect. And I just thought that that was interesting because I feel like there's still heavy stigma on like people that have HIV and just the
Mhm.
idea that like, oh, you contracted HIV, you must have been out here having sex with all types of people, not protecting yourself, not caring for yourself, not loving yourself. I just feel like that's a reoccurring like idea that people have in their mind when they think about people that are HIV positive. So I just think it's interesting how he did mention that, like, because you can contract HIV from one situation, like, or your boyfriend or your husband, or, like, it doesn't have to be, I was having anonymous sex with random people and then I contracted. So, I just thought that was interesting and a good way to dispel like stigma. Um, but yeah, he talks about his diagnosis. He talks about how, he's took a minute to really digest what happened to him and really just start to care for himself. He did tell his mom, I think he said 2 months after he found
Mhm.
out. And then he told his sister they were both supportive, but kind of similar to what Marlo was saying about her transition. They accept him and love him, but they, of course, have their own, they kind of have to fight through their own ignorance and
Mhm.
stigma when it comes to HIV. So I just thought that was an interesting parallel. Um, and he also just talked about wanting to invite his old manager, I think her name is BB, to the performance,
Mhm.
the one that took his equipment and wouldn't
My goodness.
and
Oh,
ghosted
that
him.
shit. Goodness.
Put that shit on Facebook. But but yeah, yeah, they just have a discussion about that. It was more so just him kind of giving exposition to like his life and like things that have been going on in his life.
Mhm.
Um, the sister didn't really have much to say about it, but what did you think of the scene?
I said Mark pulled up looking like Royal Geo from the Circle NYC, baby. Like,
T, shout out to Real Geo, yes.
I don't know if it's like no shade to Mark, but my opinion, I feel like he looks better without the makeup. I feel like the makeup ages him. Like,
I could see that.
maybe
Yeah.
it's the lighting. I don't know. He just looks to me. He just looks better like without the makeup. Anyway, he pulled up.
Mhm.
I'm like, is this nigga rocking a unit or is this his hair? Because where did this hair come from? And then as I'm watching the like his confessionals, I see like he
He
has
has
a
a
kind
beret.
of like a bald fade.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
guess he's always had hair on top of his head. But I like the scene. Like
Mhm.
I said, I like that Mark is transparent about like his health status and that he isn't like he doesn't let like the stigma surrounding like HIV kind of affect like how he operates, how he is. Um,
Mhm.
he walks in his truth, he shares his truth, and I think like that's just is extraordinary because there's, of course, there are people who are battling like HIV and other like sexually well, particularly HIV, who kind of feel like they may feel like they're alone or they don't have like a support system or somebody to like not really be there for them. So to have somebody
Right.
come on this platform and just like openly like tell their story, I applaud Mark for that. Um, like I said, it's refreshing to always see people come on and just be self-aware and be humble, and then just try to spread awareness regarding like this sexual health and mental health and like all of that shit. So I enjoyed the scene. I wish his sister would have stopped looking in the goddamn camera. It's like, baby girl, like, um, but
She
yes,
was
I
looking in
did
the
enjoy the
camera
scene.
more than the child was. The child was just
Right. Baby
leaving that
boy was listen, they was at that what you said, that ice cream shop. He didn't give two
yeah.
damns about that goddamn camera, but I enjoyed this scene. It kind of goes back to what I said about the cast members just having a really strong like support system just outside of filming.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I enjoyed this scene. Like, it's nothing like having like a like really really good like relationship with like your sibling, like somebody
Right.
who will back you up or have your back, like no matter what. I ain't gonna say no matter what, because some situations it's like you on your own, homeboy. But I enjoyed this scene. So like, shout out to Mark and shout out to his sister. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
we need more content like this. Definitely like
Right.
more content.
Mhm. So what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So that scene kind of goes into his performance. We
Hmm.
talked about how he had a performance set up. So the performance is at Southern Nightclub, Southern Night, I guess. I don't know what the club name is, but that's the name of the party. Or the name of the event, I guess. Um, it's in Orlando. And yeah, Mark performs. Before he performs, he kind of talks to Ao about where Ao is helping him like get ready, and he discloses his status to Ao, and of course
Hmm.
Ao is just like, oh, okay. Um, he just takes it normal, I guess. Um, but yeah, they kind of talk, and again, like I am starting to like Ao more. I didn't really like him last season, but I do he is growing on me because I feel like he is trying to be, you know, there for the people on the show. He is trying to get people together, trying to create community, which I appreciate. Um, but yeah, they everybody pretty much shows up. I think everybody's there. Um,
Hmm.
I really like how supportive they were of his performance. Um, just hyping him up. I saw Rashida there, Marlo, Max. I just saw all everybody that I saw like was hyping him up. Um, Now that can't be said for the people on the other side on that. Well, I don't know who them people were, but they was not really. They was just they was sitting there like they was waiting for the bus or some shit. Like I was like, okay, like y'all, you can't even nod your head. Like damn, you could have did something. But yeah, I like how supportive they were. Um, but yeah, did you have any? Because I feel like this is two scenes in one. Did you have any
Hmm.
thoughts on his performance?
So I kind of did want to kind of backtrack just a little. I did
Uh-huh.
say I like how transparent Mark is with this story, but a
Mhm.
part of me kind of feels like he told Ao his backstory because he wants a piece of Ao, and I'm gonna just be upfront and
Oh,
give you my story, and I'll play
mhm,
that because that's what everybody should do. Like I'm definitely gonna
mhm,
be upfront about my health, but it's like,
mhm,
are you telling him this information because you want to like work with him to spread awareness or do some type of
mhm.
prevention? Are you telling him this because you want to get in his draws? Now, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. That's just how I saw it. I guess the
Mhm.
freak in me saw it like he's disclosing his information because he wants a piece of Slim. So
Interesting. I mean, I
my bad. I could
didn't
be wrong.
really see any like flirtation between them, at least from what I remember. Like, I don't really remember them because I feel like Max and AO still have that flirty energy between them.
Hmm.
Whereas I feel like with Mark, and maybe because Mark seems like more of a serious kind of person or more serious than Max. But yeah, I didn't really get that. Kind of feel like you told him because I think he wanted it to. How do I put this? I don't feel like it's really anybody's business if you're not like sleeping with them or like pursuing them in a romantic way. But like, I do feel like Mark is the type of person that maybe wants to be like an example of somebody that maybe has HIV, but like is still living their life and still taking care of themselves and like all of
Hmm.
that. So maybe that's why he brought it up. Um,
Well, he did
Especially
say
knowing
that
that.
the performance is. He told his sister that he's now undetectable, which was like another really major
Mhm,
point of the conversation with doing his
right,
sister. So he said the performance was because he's like in a better place, kind of like mentally and physically. So I guess
right,
this is what
right.
the performance was for. So I think that is probably why he relayed that information
Hmm.
to Slim. Like this performance is because I'm kind of healthier than I was. So
Yeah.
okay, shout out to Mark for that. So
Yeah.
look at
Or
my
maybe
club.
similar to like having like depression or something, like, oh,
Yeah,
like I was
yeah,
depressed, that's why I didn't. So I
yeah.
yeah, when you think about it like that, yeah, that does make sense. Shout out to Shed Pearl that's in the building.
Yes, thank you
Thank you
for
for
being
being
here.
here. Gave us
Yeah, shout out to
away.
everybody that's here.
Um,
Shout out to everybody that's
yes.
gonna watch this on the playback again. Like,
Hmm.
comment,
Yes.
subscribe, and share.
Great.
Also wanted to note, speak on Mark's performance really quick. I thought the performance was cool. I could
Mhm.
see a duo with Jet Jeff and Mark's future since they kind of both
Now
have
here
the
you go,
same.
bringing Jet Jeff into the equation.
Listen, I said they both have the same Golden Girl aesthetic. Like they
Not
should just
Golden
go
Girl.
ahead and because Mark looks older than he is, and then Jet Jeff gets I believe it. So
Definitely
why
good
not
eyeball side. Yes.
go on a, like a Thelma and Louise type of
Jesus.
tour, some shit like
Shady. See, that's that Gemini energy.
that.
I wanted to highlight Cocoa Butter Barbie's comment. She said, "I'm glad he talked about it, and but this should wrap it up. He is more than his status. Now we need to know. Now we just need to see him moving forward." Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to be the one to dictate how much he talks about it, but I do get what you're saying, where it's like, yes, we know, especially if it's not gonna become a bigger part of the story on his, like, his story on the show. Um, but yeah, I do want him to, I could see him moving past it and just kind of like being not focusing on his music or his eyebrows.
Oh
Something
my
different.
goodness.
No shade. Ooh, them eyebrows, baby. Uh,
Yes, so
I
eyebrows
can't.
is tragic.
Yeah, track.
Very jarring. Just
Yeah,
like
it's
the
giving
contrast between
mime. I
like
don't know.
it is. That's what it's giving. The beret and the eyebrows is mine.
Yeah,
And it makes me think of that episode of Reno 911 where that mime was outside the store. And
yeah,
remember Jonesy and Garcia put him in a cop car and let the little boy beat him up? That's what it's giving. I'm sorry, DBB
just
cut,
give
but
it.
I did kind of want to backtrack really quick before we
Hmm.
get into the drama. So Rashida, Rashida pulls up to the performance and she's like, "Oh, I decided to dress like a boy today because I want to show you my androgynous side." So let me know in the comments. It's just because let me know if I'm tripping or not. Is Rashida androgynous? Because I don't get androgyny from Rashida, and I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I don't want to come across as like being a hater. Or I'm being like negative, but
Hmm.
and again, correct me, audience, if I'm wrong. And I didn't want to speak on this last week's review because I was solo. Like I didn't really have a
Hmm.
co-host to kind of like check me if I stepped up. But so Rashida said that she wants to dress out of she wants to dress as a boy. I was like, first of all, you're not androgynous. Please stop using that word. Number two, it's kind of like, in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of a slap in the face to individuals who are trans and who do live and walk on their truth every day. It's like one day, oh, like I'm a trans woman, and then it's like, oh, today I want to dress like it's like kind of almost insulting to like to them because
Hmm.
they have to go through so much to become who they are, and then it's like you say you're a trans woman, but I don't want to be like a woman today. I want to be a
Yeah.
male. Correct me if I'm
Hmm.
wrong. Maybe I don't want to feel like I'm being insensitive or ignorant, but that's just kind of how I feel. I remember when we reviewed the dolls
Hmm.
and we were talking to Neve about um Cardi being a performer, drag performer. And then we got
Hmm.
into the topic of like trans individuals who kind of one day they portray like one way and then the next is like they're out of it. So I'm like, how do you feel about that? So she kind of feels the
I
same
think
way that how I
you
feel.
feel,
It's kind
yeah.
of like I feel like it's just a little bit insulting. It's kind of like blackface almost. Like white
Okay. Okay.
person like
I think. Hmm.
it's just insulting. I feel like it's insulting just
Hmm.
because trans people go through so much and for I think you said like it's more like non-binary, which
Hmm.
I feel like that would kind of be like a more of a fitting term because
Yeah.
like the whole conversation that Rashida had with her mom prior to her mom, I thought that she was just trans woman, and then we meet with her mom, and she's like, "Oh, like sometimes I not backtrack or backpedal, but sometimes I don't live my life as like a trans woman." So it's like, are you a trans
Hmm.
woman? Are you not binary? I wonder how Marlo feels
Yeah.
about this issue?
I
Because like we
mean,
just saw Marlo like kind of fight to change like the gender marker on her license, and this is
mhm,
I'm pretty sure Marlo is somebody who lives as a woman daily. So I'm just
right.
curious to see how she feels about Rashida kind of
Yeah.
switching up and switching out. I guess I don't really know how to describe it.
I see where you're coming from. I feel like for me, like I always think about how like gender is not made up, but it's something that like we constructed. Like
Hmm.
it's not something that is like necessarily biological. Like you don't like women don't grow up like being like, oh, or women like if you're a baby, like you're not like, oh, I want to wear a skirt. Like you just see a piece of clothing. Or like how like sometimes like little boys will play with like dolls. It's like it's not ingrained in us. It's kind of something that we develop as we grow up. So, I mean, I do feel like there should be room for people that want to do both. Maybe one day you want to put on a lace front, one day you want to put on a fitted, be more dressed down, give, masculine. I know there are bi-gender people. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. Bi-gender people that have like, they kind of play with both masculine and feminine, male and or not male and female, but men and women or whatever, male and men and women, I guess. But
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. I don't really. I mean, I can't really speak on it because I'm not trans, but
Right.
like I do feel like I don't know. To me, it's not insulting because I feel like you're just being you. You're presenting how you want to present. I don't think it's in because when you are dressed up, you're you're giving trans. Like you are a trans person. So if anybody wants to, be transphobic towards you, they will because they see you for who you are at that point. So I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting conversation. I don't feel like I really have the range to speak on it, but I do feel like Rashida should have the space to kind of be whatever gender they identify as, I guess. But I know sometimes people can see it as like, oh, like you're kind of playing in it, like you're not taking it seriously. But I don't really get that from Rashida. I get that maybe she just likes to dress up like a boy sometimes. She likes to give that masculine presentation sometimes. Sometimes she likes to give femme. I know like there are like lesbians like that where it's like one day you see them, they're in a dress or a skirt and heels, and the next day you see them, they're in a fitted and gym shoes and like an oversized shirt. Like I don't know. I feel like there's space for people like that. That's why I said maybe non-binary would be better. But I don't know. It's not really up to me to determine what her gender identity is, whether she wants to be trans or non-binary or whatever. Um, but yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation. Hopefully, they talk more about it because they kind of glazed over it when they met with her mom. Um, so maybe we'll get a scene where they talk more in depth about their gender identity and even their relationship with the woman that they're with. So um, also, I wanted to. I kind of looked up androgyny just because I wanted to get like a basic um, definition, and uh, the AI overview thing from Google says um, androgyny describes a person whose appearance or gender expression is a blend of both masculine and feminine characteristics, or someone who is not clearly defined, um, or whose gender is not clearly defined as either. So I think she might think it's androgynous because she is kind of blending them, but in my mind, I think androgynous is like you're blending them at the same time. Like
Hmm.
your presentation is giving math and film at one
Hmm.
point, like not one day over the next.
Right.
But I guess different definitions affect people understand things in different ways. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, it doesn't give androgyny to me. It just gives like you present masculine one day, feminine the next day.
Right.
Um, but yeah, hopefully there's more of a conversation around that um, because I feel like I don't really have enough information to kind of really have an opinion about it. But Share Pro said he don't know nothing about what we talking about, but he is tired of her
My
carrying around two
goodness.
hundred dollars everywhere she goes.
Goodness.
Yes, T. Yeah, Does she strip? Like, why does she have cash on her like that all the time? That's weird. I don't know. Get a bank account, girl. Just
My goodness.
um,
On her
but yeah,
sexy red
um,
shit. Cause you
right?
know sexy red be
Um,
carrying around that stack of money every goddamn where.
child, a mess. Coco wrote about it say exactly how many episodes do we have? Oh, I think this was in relation to the Margella thing. I don't know. But I mean, we are on episode what 4, so
Hmm.
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I can't really see him bringing it up too many more times. I feel like he did share with AO because of the break that he took
Hmm.
and like what the performance meant to him. So I feel like that was just him kind of explaining that. But she also said the only reason I did not understand the only reason I did not understand is because when she introduced herself, she said she's trans, but the answer I see everybody's journey is different. Every trans is different. That's true. Yeah, and I just feel like it's unfortunate because I feel like gender identity is such a personal thing, and I feel like sometimes it doesn't fit into what society says things should be. Especially since being trans isn't new, but like I feel like society is just starting to acknowledge that trans people exist
Hmm.
in a and even non-binary people in a society where like everything is gendered. Like bathrooms is gendered. Oh, you're a woman. This is what this means if you do this as a woman versus as a man. So we live in such a strict bi gender society that like when you have people that come in and they're like, no, that's not actually how I feel. I actually want to do this or I want to do that, which is genuine because we're all different, but it just doesn't fit into what society says we should be doing or how our society is structured right now. So, but yeah, everybody's trans is different. I'm glad that she's on the show. Even though I did want to get rid of her earlier. um, I do think that is an interesting thing about her life and her journey. Um, but yeah, so I did like the song. The song was it was a little repetitive, Mark Margella's song, but it was giving
Hmm.
like that clubby vibe. I can see myself kind of zoning out to it at the club or whatever. Not rolling. Don't go there. 'Cause I ain't never did that.
Listen, listen, okay?
High off
Baby.
maybe an edible. Maybe an edible. That's what we talking about.
Listen.
Um,
420
but
only.
yeah, I just like to let that be known because I knew you was waiting for it.
I wasn't even about to go there.
but yeah, I said yeah, the crowd could have been a little more hype on that one side. Um, but yeah, they end up stepping outside to kind of just talk. And somebody asked Rashida why wasn't she at the all white networking event party that Pablo threw, and she was just like, "Well, I didn't really wasn't in the mood to like really be around people," and she kind of feels like she got blamed for like the pool party situation. So she's like, I'm gonna just stay home because I don't want anything to happen," which I thought was super mature. I was like, "Wow, that's cool." Like the fact that you were like, "I'm not in a space where I want to be around y'all, so like let me just sit this one out and collect myself because I don't want to make things worse." Um,
Hmm.
a lot of people's egos would have them there causing drama, arguing and
Looking
shit.
for a
So
moment.
I'm glad.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad that she took a backseat on that. Um, but yeah, they start talking about the pool party again. um, and we get a little more of a look into what happened that day. Before I continue, I just want to say shout out to Miss Eve that's in the
Yay.
building.
Thank you for being
Hey,
in
good
the
to see
building.
you. Um, I'm sorry. Coco Butter Barbie said there was one man in the crowd looking straight into the camera. What is with people looking straight into the camera? It's like, I mean, I guess you
Goodness.
could notice the camera, but like looking dead into it is just a mess.
Petition for Chasing to start blurring people's faces when they look right in the
Just,
camera and they're not a cast member.
yeah,
Literally, just slap a Japanese blur right on their goddamn
yeah,
face.
just blur their face out. But but yeah, they talk about the pool party again. We get a little light into like what happened. I guess B Baby and Cali Boy's friend, I guess, walked into the pool house because I guess he felt like their little conversation they was doing was taking too long, and basically, um, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But I guess he would say, I guess he thought they was taking too long, and I guess from there, Rashida was like, "Can you just relax? Because like we're filming, we're doing something." And I guess he got mad at her, and then they started going back and forth. I thought it was funny, but also a little concerning how Rashida basically flipped out in the moment, recalling the moment at the pool party. I was like, "Girl, do you have PTSD? Like, why are you snapping right now?" I was like, "What is happening? Like, why are you getting angry right now? You're retelling
Right.
the story." Like, and I know how sometimes, like, if you retelling something that happened, you get angry all over again. But it's like, girl, the person's not here, as far as we
Right.
know. Why are you acting like you about to swing on
Yeah,
them right now?
like she started yelling, and I thought Brian had said something to like upset her.
Yeah,
No, she was just recalling the story. I'm like, my
yeah.
goodness.
I was like,
Maybe
girl,
this is the type of like reenactment I need when I'm watching Snap or the first 48 or some shit like this.
yes,
I need this
something,
type of energy from
something.
the actors.
Right, right. My goodness. I also wanted to say shout out to G Baby, Who Baby, who's in the building.
Yes, thank you for
Yes.
being here.
Y'all all just have such cute profile photos. Like,
Yes,
um,
eating.
but she said, "Hey, cute patooties, late to the party. Thank you for being here."
Yes, thank you for
Yeah,
being here.
I'm
Full
always late
strength
to a
without.
party, so don't don't feel bad. Um, but yeah, Miss E said, yeah, she was doing too much. Yeah, just I don't know, just relax. Like I feel like sometimes people do that as a way to like prove that they're tough, and it's just like you ain't got to do all that. Like
For real, because
when it comes
nobody's gonna
down
buy.
to it, and yeah, it's like when it comes down to it, then that's when you can give that. But
Mhm.
it's just giving too much right now. The person's not even here, and you yelling. But but yeah, so they basically just talk about how the guy was like doing too much. He got into Rashida's face, and um, I guess from the when I first saw the pool party, like the first episode, like it gave that it was just like a misunderstanding. Like I didn't know that I guess the guy had came in kind of like how Miss Mamas with the bikini had just walked in and started trying to like talk to the people and
Mhm.
trying to just do too much. I guess he was on the same type of vibe. Um, and so I guess a lot of the aggression was them trying to like tell him to like back off because we are doing something and you're not a part of it. So you need to go out there and chill or whatever. You're not a part of this or whatever. So when they put it that way, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But but yeah, they basically look at like B Baby like, okay, well, this is your friend. Like, why are you associating with this person? And I feel like that sentiment was mostly coming from Mark. And I was kind of like
Mhm.
looking at Mark like, well, Mark, you don't know B Baby Lindo or that dude. So
Right.
for you to make that judgment and be like, well, you're chill. I'm surprised you. It's like you don't even know them. So like, relax.
Baby
Like,
was feeling that performance and decided to have some
yeah, I
sense.
was
He's
like,
like,
you could tell Mark really wants to be in the group, like in the mix, whether it's proving himself performing or it's just being in the group in the drama. Like he wants to be a part of the show, which I can't blame him for, but it's like, baby, relax. You just got
yeah, have a
here.
seat. Yeah.
Yeah. Feel the situation out
Season
before
one
you
piece.
jump
There
in.
you go. There you
There we go.
go.
So yeah, I was just like relax. But yeah, B baby. But B baby also said something that I also didn't agree with. He's like, well, okay, well that's just my friend and that's how he is. And it's like, well, if you know that's how your friend get down, why are you bringing him around a
True.
potentially
True.
contentious situation? Like, you know how the girls give it up on the show, so why are you bringing somebody that you know will
It's a
pop off?
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did not live for that's just how he is. Like, no, like he needs to be held accountable. If he was there causing issues, being disrespectful, he needs to be held accountable. Then somebody brought up the fact that he's a survivor of the Pulse mass shooting, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I guess because Cali Boy had like said like, oh, I wanted to make sure he was good because we went through this traumatic thing together, and we wanted, I want to always make sure that he's okay. But I don't think that means anything when it comes to taking accountability. Like
Right.
somebody said, like that doesn't mean you could just go around. That doesn't mean that you can never be wrong about something just because you went through a tragic event. Like that has
Mhm.
nothing to do with anything. So um, I thought that was weird. And then of course, Max
Max and Marlo.
interjects. Yes, and it's like, okay, well, I don't understand why y'all are mad at his friend for popping off when y'all were just as aggressive. And I guess he was
Right,
more so talking to Marlo because Marlo was the one he got into it with. And to me, it was just kind of like that. Again, that situation has nothing to do with the situation with Marlo. Like, y'all got into it and it escalated, and I do feel like Marlo wanted a moment, but that was between you and Marlo. That has nothing to do with why this dude was interjecting and wouldn't go mind his business at the party. Like, I feel
right.
like Max just wanted a reason to like bring up the issue that he had with Marlo. So they start going back and forth, and he's like, "Well, you chased me. You were, running after me. You started with me, and I don't understand why you're mad at him when you were doing the same thing." And I'm like, "Well, Max, you were also doing it though." So
Mhm.
it's just like you were also engaging and arguing with her. So like, if she gave you the bait, you took it. So it's like you kind of giving hypocrite too, because it's like you also cussed her out. Like y'all were arguing together. It's not like she was yelling at you and you just was like, whatever, I'm over it. Like you also were arguing with her. So to me, that just gives again hypocritical looking for a moment. But he then kind of said, or he then proceeds to say that like she chased after him like a wild baboon, which
My
anybody or
goodness.
black person never and then it's like, you know what, Max, I don't even know if no, I feel like he knows better. Like you would never like associate a black person with any type of monkey, baboon, primate, anything like that. Like if you're gonna be in space with black people, you need to do the work to know what to say and what not to say.
Right.
I don't know if he meant to say that in the way that everybody's thinking he meant to say it, but either way, it doesn't matter because it was still disrespectful and uncalled
Mhm.
for. Um, but I kind of was like, I get it, it happened so fast, but I kind of wish everybody had just paused and like turned around, like, did you just call her a baboon? Like, watch your fucking mouth. Don't ever like associate a black person with a baboon in this space ever again, or just in general.
Goodness.
Like, I wish they would have just stopped the conversation and just checked him right then and there, because it's like, don't don't do that. Like, y'all can go back and forth. Y'all can have y'all little shade and whatever, but don't, because now you're starting to say shit that's gonna offend everybody at the table,
Mhm.
or at least the black people, which is majority of the people at the table. So, um, I've been talking a lot. How do you feel about this sit down and what it resulted into?
I said, "Oh my gosh, drama," and my Tahiri voice. Like they just will
Hmm.
not let this damn pool party die down.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking for a moment, and this episode ended completely opposite how it started, because it started on like such a good wave, a good vibe.
Right.
The argument was unnecessary. Rashida was
And it
giving auntie with the fro.
period.
Baby Marlo was dressed for a midsummer ritual with them damn flowers in her head. I said, just put her in a white dress and have some white people dance around her, lullaby her
Yeah.
ass. But like you said, I put in my notes. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a double. Max and Marlo are both being hypocrites. They're both throwing double standards at each other. They were both
Yeah.
aggressive at each other, and I feel like they're using Max's friend as a way to throw each other under the bus. It's like y'all did the same
Hmm.
shit. So I don't see how Marlo is mad at the friend, and I don't see how Max is mad at Marlo. Is unnecessary. Thank God this happened like the last 10-15 minutes of the episode and it didn't go
Yeah.
on, it didn't drag out. Can I also shout out, speaking of editing, can I also shout out how concise the episodes are getting? Baby,
Yes.
we went from an
Yes.
hour and a half episodes of kind of just like fluff and filler to the
Period.
meat and potatoes, like
I
just the
agree.
nitty gritty. And I just
Hmm.
absolutely love that. But I'm happy that this argument happened the last 15-20 minutes of the episode. Like I said, it was a
Hmm.
bunch of people looking for a moment. Max absolutely lost his mind by referring to Marlo as a baboon because I'm pretty sure him being in Florida, I don't want to say I'm pretty sure, but I have a feeling that Max being in Florida, I have a feeling that his clientele is pretty much black people or people of color. So for you to make that
Hmm.
comment, baby, let's hope that your clientele, like your business, doesn't suffer for you making like a ignorant goddamn comment. Because you saw what happened on G Status season 2 when redacted Maserati. threaten Charlie, and
Deep.
everybody cancel her ass. Like literally pull her off the show. Literally that episode. So,
Mhm.
um,
This
a mess.
Max.
I got
Oh,
this.
sorry, not to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I'm done. It's
I just
just
had a thought, and I was like, wait. Max, I think we talked about this already, but Max kind of reminds me of what's the old boy from Chasing Dallas? Uh,
zesty.
Zesty. I feel like they both think that they're giving more than they actually are, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they both think it's like, oh, I'm like popping, like I'm, and that's why I feel like the whole jealousy thing comes up so much because it's like, oh, I'm popping, you're just mad because I'm that bitch and you're not. But it's like I don't really think you're giving what you think you're giving. Especially like with the argument, the back and forth was just so juvenile. It's like you're jealous of me, bitch. You don't have a job. You're this, you're that. Like it's just immature. And it's like again, you're coming at Marlo for the same things that you're doing. Like you're so willing to engage and argue with her over stupid shit. Yet you feel like you're this like person that's above her when you're willing to like argue with her all the time. Like to me, it just doesn't make sense. Um, but yeah, I think their argument was just stupid, and it. I mean, there was no like fun shade or like reads or anything that came out of it. It was just stupid, mindless arguing.
Hmm.
And it's like, are y'all gonna do this every time y'all see each other? Do y'all want to like mess around or something? Like, I don't understand
That's what it's
why.
giving.
Why y'all? I mean, I know we always resort to that, but it's just like I don't get why y'all are so quick to just argue with each other. Unless y'all the same person. That happens a lot. Two people that literally are giving the same energy, and it's like every time they get around each other, they argue because they're the same person.
Prime example: Shirai and December.
There we go. There we
That's
go.
gonna go down as one
A
of the
lot of
most
G status
goated.
references. Should we review
Listen,
G status? Well, I don't
let's
know where
go do
it
it, baby. Well, we can't. Well, we can watch season one on Tubi, but I mean,
is.
I'm down
Okay.
for a whole review of G Saxon. But
Yeah.
yeah, Sherrod and December is like the number one go to of same girl and they beefing. Like y'all have
Hmm.
way more in common than you probably actually realize. Y'all be
Right.
better off as friends. But that's
Hmm.
what Max and Marlo is giving. They want to be friends, but
They just
they
can't
just don't know how to go about it.
let's put
Yeah,
their egos
yeah.
to the side or whatever. But Cocoa Butter Barber said it slipped out too easy talking about the baboon comment. Yes,
Mhm.
and I feel like sometimes like Hispanic people, and not just Hispanic people, but like I feel like sometimes it's like maybe things that they grew up hearing that they didn't realize were anti-black, but are anti-black, but because it's so casual and they just never really thought about it, it's like anti-black. But to me, it's just like who alive right now doesn't know that calling a black person a monkey is racist?
Okay,
like,
so I'm not trying to be
like
that person, but I do have a question. So, show of hands, how many people here have ever been referred to a monkey's ass by a parent? Now, is that problematic?
have you
Yes.
really?
Yes. You never
I've
get
never
your
heard that
monkey
term.
ass over here? Like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. No, I
That
guess
was,
not.
yeah. Listen, I
Okay.
don't know if that was just but yeah, baby, back in the day, we used to get snapped. Get your monkey ass over here. Yeah. So, if my
Mhm.
mother back at 20 years ago, she was like, get your monkey ass in this house. Is that problematic?
I would say no because your mom is black. And I guess a black person could call another person a black person in a racial derogatory way, but I don't know. I feel like the context
Is
is
it like context or is it just
I think it's the
like
context.
if okay.
Because, like, Max being not black and saying that to somebody, because, of course, like, your mom loves you. Like, your mom is not trying to hurt your feelings when she says that. Like, of course, it's like she's probably angry or annoyed, but, like, she's not, I don't know. To me, the dynamic is different.
So like if another black person, if I called another black person a monkey, that would be problematic because it's
I think it
context.
would be.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love my
Uh,
do I feel like she should have said that? No, but like I don't think it's the
listen,
same as
we didn't grow up with gentle parenting,
that's what
so
I'm saying. But
yeah.
I don't think it's the same because I don't think your mom was trying to say like you are a monkey. versus
I feel
like,
like I'm gonna go talk to a therapist, and if there's some like some signs of like some traumatization,
mhm,
baby, some papers will be held over. Like I'm suing for PTSD
yeah,
and emotional distress.
you gonna be like that person that sued their parents because they didn't want to be born. I guess they didn't ask to be born, so they sued their parents.
That is a key. That is a key. I'm not mad at that, and I hope they win
It
that
was,
case.
it was like I did not consent to be born,
I
so
I
I'm suing.
I'm not mad at that.
Like,
I'm not mad
so
at that.
silly.
But
But yeah, G Baby Marie said that was a mess. Yes. Um, Miss Eve also said, yeah, she was carrying some crazy, crazy things about. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time that a Latin person has said something problematic on a platform that was created and basically caters to Black people. So,
mhm.
and
Cause
of course, there have been times where some Black people have said some problematic things about the Latin community as well. But I don't know. I just feel like Max, you're too old to be saying shit like that. Like, and you need to be
mhm.
held accountable for that. Like, don't be running around calling people baboons or monkeys. Like,
But it seems like his next episode, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. Max is in a little bit of trouble with his friend group, so I'm curious to see how that.
well, Max has always gotten on my damn nerves, and I feel like he's starting to get on everybody else's nerves as well because I feel like his personality. I mean, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but I just feel like he has some shit with him that he needs to work through on his own. And of course, he's gone through things that he's mentioned on the show, but like I don't know, I just don't feel like that's an excuse to be an
Is it the
asshole.
personality or is it the overly greasy face that kind of rubs you the wrong way? Or is
What
it
we
both?
talked about when he's messy, he loves to throw on an extra coat, an extra coat of grease. I don't know if he's using coke, not cocoa butter. I don't know if he's using
Petroleum jelly.
Vaseline or
I'm gonna say petroleum
okay,
jelly, just because if
okay.
he does get into a fight, his face won't get messed up.
And when you
His
messy,
face
that
won't
can
swell.
happen at any point.
He's liable to get popped, so stay ready.
Yeah.
So you gotta get ready. So I ain't mad at that.
GPPB brought up a good point. She said, "I hate that they're always arguing when they just met each other. Yet, like you don't even know this person, and y'all are so quick to just get into like
Mhm.
arguments with each other over and over again. And it's like, can we just like sit down and have a conversation? Like, why does it always have to be like a back and forth? I don't get it. But yeah, they basically end up that kind of basically ends the whole group discussion. Pablo's like, I need to go to the bathroom because this bitch just pissed me off talking about baboons and shit. I gotta go to the bathroom to calm down.
Child,
Um,
Pablo was trying to go meet Fabio in the bathroom. That's what that
maybe,
was. He ain't
maybe,
slick.
maybe. You think if they mess around, he gonna be wearing the shades or not?
I would love that for Pablo.
Okay,
I would
okay.
love that just to look up at Fabio and see just for Pablo to look up and see Fabio looking down at him from shades on. How the shades on the bridge of the nose, baby? That's how you do that. My
So
goodness.
silly. Oh my god.
You
Uh,
mad at that?
yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, that was the episode. We do see later, like you said. I think Pablo was still mad about the baboon comment because
Hmm.
he cussed
Marco,
Max
not
out.
Marco, but Max. He's
Had Max
Marco.
running to that damn
Hightailing that
trash can to
baby.
throw that shit away.
Hightailed it the fuck out of that baby. My
I said,
goodness.
"Woo, you want to argue with Marlo, but baby, when
Hmm.
a
When
man,
the
another
niggas, yep.
man,
Hmm.
you you running away. Oh, I can't deal with this. Well, he did kind of walk away when he was arguing with Marlo too, but still, like he he didn't get her the same energy. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see next episode. But yeah, this has been our review of episode 4 of
Hmm.
Chasing Orlando of season 2, um, titled "The City Princess." Who's your favorite so far?
Ooh, my favorite probably Callie. Callie's
Okay,
always gonna be my favorite.
I
Um,
agree. I live for Scar.
it's you ain't shit. It does give a scar to you, especially season one. Very erratic. kind of
Yeah,
unhinged, but I live for Cali. And you know how
yeah,
I feel about people that have tongue rings in their mouth.
yes.
I just
Also,
can't. So like, yeah, I live for Cali. Like I feel like kind of his 180 from season one has just been like I love how level headed he is and how he almost is kind of like the leader of the group, but he's kind of like taking a backseat. But I just love Cali. Cali's my
mhm,
favorite. Do you have a favorite? Also, let us know in the comments, like, if you guys have a favorite
who your
this season.
favorite is? Yes.
Who you feeling most
I
right
would
now?
say probably Cali Boy too. I would say Cali,
Okay.
or maybe B Baby, B Baby Lindo. I think
Okay.
probably.
Yes, be baby.
Um, yeah, I think I would love to see more scenes of them together. Maybe. I feel like I don't think they interact, but um, I would like to see them come together more.
Same here. Um,
But yeah,
yeah, same here. I think they would make a
um,
cute duo. Gang and
mhm,
gang. You gotta have somebody that's like
yes,
really calm and level-headed, reserved, and you gotta have the bitch that's rowdy, always on
mhm.
go. So like, I would live for
See,
that.
that could have been Sherrod and Akeem, but Akeem wasn't Sherrod. Sherrod
In
did
the
not
worst
want
way, baby. And
in
Sherrod
the
was not
worst
trying
way.
to.
Oh,
I don't blame him.
yeah, I
But
really
yeah, that definitely could have been. Maybe not Sherrod, because I feel like Sherrod isn't or wasn't as confident
level-headed.
as B
Yeah.
Baby, level headed as B Baby.
Mhm.
So maybe Akeem and like Charlie, maybe, or Akeem and
Okay.
season one G status, season one G status. Akeem and Akeem and Milan. Baby, they would have ate. If they didn't
Okay.
get it's your hand,
Yeah.
it's your hand. If that didn't happen, they would have ate as a duo. Cause they
Yeah.
both be just on go and yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
I
I
could
would
see
live
that.
for that.
Yeah. Stay tuned for a re-review of G
Oh,
Status.
G status,
Yeah.
baby. That's
That'd be
some good
cute.
fucking TV. I miss G
Um,
status. Yes.
but G Baby who would be said, Chef Pablo for me. Okay, yeah.
Period.
I can see that. Also very level-headed.
Hmm.
Um,
Very down to
I
earth.
don't know if B Baby Lindo has a partner still, but I think they would make a cute couple too. Chef Pablo and B Baby Lindo.
They would.
I think they would make a
They
cute couple.
would.
But
I think Pablo
um
would make a handsome couple with pretty much everybody.
well Pablo is handsome.
My,
Now that I think about it.
there you go.
So shout out to
There
him.
you go.
Um
Listen,
but yeah, uh but yeah, this has been our review. Thank y'all, everybody that came through.
Mhm.
We've been pretty sporadic about reviewing and posting, but we gonna get it together. As we said earlier, we got to get ugly before we get cute. So we working on it. But please stay tuned. But yeah, do you have any other comments before we leave these people on this good Saturday?
Just want to shout out Chasing again. I'm enjoying the editing, the production, um, the transparent like characters. Also just want to shout out to our viewers. Shout out to everybody who came through on this call that Saturday.
Hmm.
Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Stay sane. Um, yes, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
All right. This has been Ken Carey. I'm Damon,
I'm Troy.
and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace. Have a good
Peace.
Saturday, everybody.